Hi, it's Kelsey with Shipwreck Beads, and today we're going to do a little bit of show and tell from some Twitch videos that I've done recently, and we're also going to make some embellished watch bands inspired by, of course, my favorite Candy Cooper. But yeah, so I wanted to first show you what we've been doing on Twitch. You may know that I'm on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the afternoon for about 2 hours at a time. I come on around 1:30 and then I go till whenever we finish whatever project we're working on. So that's a lot of fun, and the last week or two we've been working on some vintage projects. So we started off with some raw vintage. Hi Heidi. We started off with some raw vintage components without any embellishments on them whatsoever. Let me show you a little example. We've done a project like this on these on the Facebook videos as well, but so you may remember a little bit. But we took plain vintage components in the raw brass, and then we painted them with the vintage patina inks. I did several different pieces, and then over the last few videos we've been embellishing those and actually turning those pieces into jewelry. So that's been a really fun little series that we've been working on. This is, hi Vanessa, so this is the last piece I've yet to make anything out of. Oh, I'm getting a note. So this is the last piece that I've yet to make anything out of. Oh, you know, that's all right. So here is what we did on Twitch yesterday. I'm doing a little bit of show and tell. We made, so I painted these components, which was actually a triangle component that went like this, and it had the loop at the top, and we punched some holes in it and then hung a bunch of beads to make these really fabulous earrings. So we did this on Twitch yesterday. You can still catch that. It's twitch.tv/shipwreckbeads. If you go click on the videos tab, then you can go watch all of our past videos and get caught up. It's a little bit different of a format than what's on Facebook. I actually have two cameras, so I've got one on my face and one that shows my hands, so you can actually get a really good view of what I'm doing. And so these are the earrings we made yesterday. See, on Thursday, last Thursday, we made this necklace, which I'm so in love with. Hi Deb. Yeah, you can definitely watch later. So we made this necklace here, and I'm using the oh Valerie, I woke up and I feel so much better today. You have no idea. So I've been using our brand new exclusive Swarovski pearl mixes. Beth, one of our buyers, and I sort of sat her, she bought all of the colors of the 4FC or 4mm Swarovski crystal pearls, and we just kind of went to town creating mixes that are all just incredible. They're all on our website. I will post a link when we're done so you can take a look at that. But here's one of the necklaces that I made. So again, this was a raw vintage piece that we embellished and painted, and then created the bead chain with the Swarovski crystal pearls and then layered it all together. So I just love how this piece ended up. It's so pretty. Yeah, I'm obsessed with it. Thank you, Valerie. Then also on last Thursday's show, we made this necklace, similar in design to the last one, but this one is using a strung section of the crystal pearls instead. Oh, looks like we got somebody popping links up there. Thank you, thank you. So this one is again another piece that we painted, and then it's again a long layery necklace. I love how this one turned out. And then yeah, yesterday we made these earrings. So on tomorrow's Twitch show, I'm on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday. Tomorrow's Twitch show we'll be making another necklace, and we'll be using this pearl mix. This is the Cabana pearl mix. So it's got some really pretty blues. It's got the pastel blue pearl, some silvery colors. We'll be using that, and I think I'm going to do a knotted pearl necklace with the knot a bead tool. So you can tune into Twitch tomorrow at around 1:30 to check that out. So that's what we'll be doing tomorrow on Twitch. But today we're going to be embellishing some watch bands. So I've got this bracelet here that I whipped up. We've got several different watch bands in stock. Yeah, the pendants are a lot of fun to make, Simone. You know, you can take the vintage and then the patina inks and really make it your own, really personalize them and come up with some cool stuff. And then, you know, again, turn those pieces into jewelry. And it's a complete one-of-a-kind piece because no one's going to ever paint it the same that you did. So, yeah, so tomorrow's Twitch video, we're going to do some knotted pearls, or a knotted pearl necklace with the final little vintage piece. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, today we're going to make some embellished watch bands. This idea was inspired by Candy Cooper. She did, probably about a month ago, did a video also embellishing watch bands. And I really love the idea, especially because it allows you to take something old and transform it into something new. So maybe you have a watch that you've been holding on to, or maybe you're like me and you just like to do some thrift shopping, or maybe you just found at your favorite bead store a big box of overstock watch bands. So we're gonna play around with some of those. I've got one of our India All Mixed Up mixes. It's the large resin beads. So they come in a bag of 500 grams for $6.90. Very good price. These are a great material to work with kids. These are really trendy, fun bracelets, really easy to make, easy to wear. So that's what we'll be making. So if you do need to whip up a lot of project or a lot of gifts for somebody, this is something you can do really quick and really easily. If you have teens that want to get into the gift giving spirit, this is something they could easily make their friends, and it's fairly economical to do so. So let's get you angled down. Oh no, that's what I was afraid of. So my daughter likes to steal my iPad sometimes, and she did not put it back in my purse. So I'm actually filming on my phone today. So it's gonna be a little bit of an adventure, and I apologize for the shaky camera angles, but we will get something figured out here that works. Maybe. I don't know. My little camera tripod is not happy. See, what am I saying? All right. So we're just gonna have to roll with this because that's what we've got to deal with today. All right, so you're just gonna have to deal with this fun view of me right now. I'll hold it up to the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got these they're large resin pieces. I also have some braided artistic wire. This is the 14 gauge, which will hopefully fit through my beads. And it does. So I've got this large red piece here. Yeah. All right, so that does fit on there. So we're gonna go ahead and use this one. So I love the combination of red and turquoise. So one thing also to keep in mind, yeah, it popped on real quick because I was trying to get the camera angle right, and so that's, if you happened to see that earlier, that's why I did that. So this is a turquoise or faux turquoise stone watch band. We're gonna go ahead and start by stringing this on, and this is again the 14 gauge wire here. I'm gonna start by getting that on there. And there's a little hole where the watch pin goes through, so we're gonna just stick our wire through that. And you wanna be careful not to bend the wire too much out of shape. So you're gonna bend this up, and then you're gonna bend it and then give it a bend up in the, like a 90-degree bend in the center of where the watch band is. And you might need your pliers to help you do this to get a nice bend there. So you want that to go about halfway before you bend it up, and then you're going to do the same on the other side, and then you're going to create a wrapped loop with that. And you want to make sure, because this is a braided wire, so it's actually several strands of wire all wrapped up together, you want to make sure and really press that end in so that you don't have any of those wires sticking up. I'm going to give myself about 2 inches, because this is the part where it is kind of tricky, because you have to try and get it lined up, and you want to leave enough space to be able to do this. Kelsey, I'm filming right now. Can you take a message? Bye. And he connected someone. That's great. Well, they're just going to have to go straight to voicemail because I am busy. Yeah, so you can definitely add stuff to it. So we're going to get that nice and snugged up there. And sometimes the trickiest part is remembering to leave enough space here to get your wire wrap. I always have trouble doing that, or remembering to do that, I should say. But see, there you go. This really simple. And this one's a little on the larger side because the bead is so large, but I still really like how that turned out. And this is the example that I made because we had this really pretty abalone watch bands, but unfortunately too many of the abalones were broken in the watch bands, so we had to take those off the stock because they weren't good enough quality to sell to you guys. So but you can see how that's just a nice layering piece. And you can also take a watch band that's too small, and then by adding a bigger focal in there, you can make it big enough to where you can wear it comfortably. So there's that one. And I've got some other ones here too that we'll just go ahead and whip up a couple different ones. So I've got this one that's a nice short little watch band, so it barely goes halfway around my wrist. Yeah, super cute and fast. And with this mix, because you get 500 grams for less than $7. Now, all of the beads that I pulled didn't all come from one mix. So that is one thing. I did kind of pick through several different bags just because I had some laying in my office already. So I did kind of pilfer that. But yeah, you've got a lot to choose from in your one mix. So, and then, you know, you get your pack of wire, a few watch bands, your bag of beads. I mean, really for under $30, you can probably make, you know, several gifts for somebody. So here we got another really cool little bead. So this is just kind of fun. I'm going to use this with the black watch band. And so again, you're just going to string that through. And this is the 14 gauge wire, actually. Sorry, I'm using the silver is a 12 gauge. I have a 14 gauge in the gold. And the 12 gauge is pretty snug fitting through some of these holes here. So I would maybe go with the 14. I do like the larger scale of the 12, but it just might not fit with what you're doing. So again, remember, you're going to fold your wire at a 90-degree bend at the very center of your watch band, and then you're going to wrap the other end around. And you really want to press those ends in to tuck them down so that you're not going to have any sharp pieces sticking out. And then I leave just a little bit, about 2 inches there. And you want to be careful not to bend the wire because that's going to make it harder to get through. And so again, remember, we're leaving some space there. See, that one I did a much better job of leaving enough space to finish up my wrap. And there you have it. So see how quick and easy that comes together. And of course that one's a little bit smaller, so that one would definitely be for a smaller wrist there. But you could always use a larger bead, make something a little bit larger scale to fit a larger wrist. So there's that one. Again, it came together super easy. Yeah, the large ceramic beads would work really well. Anything, you know, larger, flatter. The next one I make is going to be, I'm going to use several smaller beads. So you can kind of see how that would sort of come together on that. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, so you could use any larger beads. You could use smaller beads too. Again, this next one that I'm going to show you is going to use several smaller beads. You can kind of see them lined up here at the bottom of my screen. Because that'll give you some variation. And because these mixes do come with, you know, you've got larger focals in here, you've got some smaller beads. They're just really fun. I mean, check out that piece. How cool is that? Like, how cool of a necklace would that make? And then here's like a pendant piece. So these all come in the mix, and it's kind of one of those, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Let's see if we can get that to squish through there. This one's a little bit of a snug fit to get through, but so this is where using probably the 14 gauge wire would come in handy, because that 12 gauge is just a little snug. But mainly I'm just using the 12 gauge because it was what I had in my office. I try not to pull tons of new product if I can avoid it, and just use what I have. Life is like a box of rocks, that's true too. Alright, so now again I started off doing my same wrapped loop like I did before, and now instead of just adding one large bead, I'm going to add several smaller ones. Oh no! I really wanted to use this bead, but it only has a hole on one side. So that's a bummer. It's alright, we've got this black one we can use. Darn, I really wanted to use that bead. Isn't that how it works out sometimes though? Just kind of gotta start over. That's alright. This black one will work as a good stand-in, but I really like the way this cube bead looks. Oh well. Alright, so now I think I actually might need to add one more bead to that. So I've got this little, I'll switch those. Alright, so now we've got our little beaded section, and we're going to connect it to the other end of the watch band. Just going to squish that through there. Again, this little snug, but I just don't have any smaller wire in here now. Can you make a hole the rest of the... No, well, I could if I had an electric bead reamer, but I don't have one in here now, and so, but yes, I mean, you could very easily, because these are just, they're resin beads, so they're fancy plastic, basically. But yeah, you could definitely... drill a hole or use an electric bead reamer. I just don't, just not going to take the time to do that today. So, but yes, you could, Heidi. This would definitely, these beads would definitely work for that. So there, now you can see how you can take several beads. These are a nice like grouping of like purpley gray and pink and red. And so there you go. So now you have the super shorter watch band, and you can turn it into a nice longer bracelet. So we'll do, let's see, I've got another watch band here, so we'll do another one. Actually, I want to pull out some spacer beads for this, I think. Let's see what we've got here. in my box of Tiara cast. My box of Tiara cast. Let's see. I don't see anything I really want to use in here. That's okay. So now what? So I've got this gold watch band. I want to do something kind of large. Let's see. This funky shaped turquoise one. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so this is like a funky little bean shaped. It's got a hole that goes through here from side to side. So we're going to try that one. And so here's with the 14 gauge wire. It's a slightly smaller than the 12 gauge. And so while I do like the scale of the 12 gauge better, we're going to work with this one right now. So remember, we're creating the bend there. Bend that over, and then we're going to make our loop. So yeah, again, larger beads do work better for this, but you can use any beads that you like. You do want to try and keep it similar scale to the size of your watch band, so you wouldn't want to use really small beads around here to finish that up. You'd want to keep it with a larger scale with the bigger beads. And remember, when you create that bend on the opposite side, you want to leave enough room to finish up your wrapped loop there. That's a little bit more room than I need, so we're going to adjust that.
Order 7,000, please. Order 7,000.
Trim that up. And if you got really creative on some of these pieces, especially the flatter ones, you could take some ink and further embellish or paint these. Like this one actually has some really cool grooving in it that would look really cool if maybe if it was dry brushed with gold paint or something like that. You could stamp a message on there, use StazOn alcohol ink so that it'll be permanent. Or you could decoupage, Mod Podge some fabric or something to that. That would be really cool. So again, you can see how that turns up. Just really simple. That's kind of a real funky shape, but I kind of like it, how that turned out. All right, so let's do one more just because I still have this stuff sitting here. Let's see if I actually have a regular silver wire. This is just a textured wire. I'm not sure. I'll have to look up the item number on this one. Oh, you could ink a clock face. That'd be funny. So this one's just another, like, it's a textured wire. It's probably an artistic wire also. But let's see. I'm just going to use several of these green cube beads. I feel like they need something in between them, though. See, I've got these by Tiara Cast, so we'll use these guys. So that's kind of fun. Add some little spacers in there for just yet another variation on the same design. Some pendants could work good as a focal piece, absolutely. So this wire is not quite as soft as the braided wire. Yeah, you could really get creative with what you want to do with this. So again, you want to make that bend and leave enough space so that you can still have room to make your wire wrap. And also when you're using multiple beads, you want to leave a little bit of space so that you can create that curve. So if you make it too tight, then it's not going to curve so easily. And so there you go, there you have it. There's another really quick and easy piece. Throw some extra spacers on there, make it look a little fancier. All right, so I've got one more watch band. We'll make one more piece. This is another sort of big, thicker watch band. But I think we're going to need to do a couple of beads in there maybe. Let's see. I'm going to do something flat and square. Some of these have some really cool like 2-hole beads that I kind of want to play around with to see how we can get those to work too. Kind of different. Sort of another bean shape. This one. So we have several different watch bands. The ones that we sell is going to be this fat turquoise one. We've got this, it's a similar turquoise one and it's thinner. Yeah, all of these watch bands that I'm using today are on our website right now. So you can actually buy these on our website. And then also all of the beads, all of the materials, everything I'm using, you can buy on our website right now. And then we've got this gold one, which is a nice thick width. The black one is similar to the smaller turquoise one. And then this one is the skinniest one that we have, and it's silver. And it also is the shortest one. And then we've got this one that's a similar size width to this gold one, but it's much shorter. So that's one I'm going to make something with right now. So for some reason I'm really liking like these 3 beads together. They're kind of funky and weird, but I like funky and weird. Oh, and I have some more of these spacers, so I'm going to use those too. Okay. So again, we're going to start off. So one thing too you need to look at, if you buy the watch bands from our website, some of them have a little gap. So you just need to close that gap. Just take your pliers and pinch it shut. Because you don't want your wire to slide out. Or if you're using a watch band you already own and want to fancy it up, you're just going to want to pinch that so that there's no gap in between that space there. So remember, you're going to bend it and then fold it over, and then take your pliers at the halfway mark and fold that up like that. And you're going to fold that other end over and then make your wrap loop around. your wire. Leave about an inch or two there. This one might end up being a little too long. You can always find out. Yeah, that's going to be a little too long. So we're going to adjust this a little bit. Take that turquoise one off. Oh, did you? That's awesome, Kathy. Yeah, that project turned out so much fun. I'm so excited about that one. All right, so I switched out that middle bead because it was going to be a little too big, or make the bracelet a little too big. So we're just gonna, again, leaving ourselves some space to make that wrapped loop. Maybe a little too much space, but that's okay. That'll just give us some more room to make more of a curve with that. And there you have it. There's another really nice quick piece. So I'm just going to layer all these on. Why not? You can take a look at all of the different ones I made today. Stacks and stacks and stacks of bracelets. So you probably wouldn't want to wear them all stacked up all at once. But how quickly was that? Did we make... So in little under a half an hour, we made 6 bracelets. These are tiara cast spacer beads. So yeah, these are tiara cast. They're the large hole. So yeah, so we've got this one here. Got this turquoise and green bead one. I love how this one turned out. It's a lot of fun. We've got... I know my arms aren't long enough. I've got this one here, which I think is actually my favorite. Just kind of the randomness of the beads together. A little fun combination. Got this one here with this fun little stripey bead. This is a good way to just sort of highlight those really odd, one-of-a-kind, sort of funky beads that you find that you don't really know what to do with. Can just throw them onto a watch band bracelet and there you go. Super fun, easy project, really quick. These would make great Christmas gifts for, you know, whoever, teens, whatever. Great ideas. But yes, so tomorrow on Twitch, we will be on Twitch around 1:30. Again, we're going to be finishing up our little vintage. This one, Heidi, that's my favorite too. I'm probably going to wear this for the rest of the day. Yeah, so tomorrow on Twitch, we're going to finish up our vintage series with another necklace. As you may have seen at the beginning of this video, we did a little show and tell, and we showed the 2 necklaces and the pair of earrings that I'm actually wearing today that we've made the past few Twitch videos. So if you aren't catching us on Twitch, you better tune in because we do some real fun stuff there. It's a little bit different format, a little longer format. So we get to experiment with some real cool stuff. So that's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1:30 on twitch.tv/shipwreckbeads. So make sure and tune in tomorrow to catch us there. Thank you for tuning in today. Again, all of these products can be found on our website. Tara was popping in links as the video was going, but I'll make sure and post those to the comments as well, so you can see those right at the top of the page. We'll be back here on Facebook on Friday at 4, and hopefully your Christmas gifts are coming along, trying to give you some more inspiration. Take a look back at some of our past videos for some other great gift ideas, and we will catch you again tomorrow. Have a great afternoon.